morning, everybody. Welcome to the AI Lab Unfiltered podcast. I am your co-host, Drew Veach from BizStream, and I am always joined by the Mr. Wonderful Pete Taryn from New Wave.
Good morning. Thank you.
In this episode, we learn about how to use AI for making a physical product as your output. And we also talked about using Suno and ElevenLabs and custom music, as well as using N8n and some open AI tools to make a custom social media posting application. Stay tuned. I do want to give a shout out to Think Tank Thought Leadership for hosting us and producing our podcast. It would not be possible. We talk about this all the time, that there's no way you and I could do this podcast by ourselves.
It'd be us with a phone sitting on a bench somewhere. No analytics, no.
I'd probably have the wrong camera pointed in the wrong direction. It'd be a mess. So we're really thankful for Think Tank for helping us out and putting all this together. Great team. If you're looking to do a podcast, those are the guys to talk to. And we have an awesome guest today. We have Mr. Mark Schmidt from BizStream. He is the founder of BizStream and a good friend of mine as well. Mark, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me. So Drew knows I'm not typically the guy in front of a video, but he said we're talking to AI, so I'm like, yeah, I can do that.
Yeah, he said coming into this, he goes, Mark is a man of few words, but you get him talking about AI and this keeps rolling.
Yeah, we have talked AI and music a lot, and I know we've got some examples of music too that you've done. A lot of different things that you've used AI for. I mean, obviously, you're in the business of building websites and building custom applications, but on top of that, just the advent of AI now into the mix is amazing. So I mean, let's dive right into it. Let's talk about it. You have a game, a card game, kids card game called Trash Monsters. Yeah. Tell me about that.
So again, obviously AI all happening all around us for the last few years. You see a lot of people creating like digital products, spinning up an app or doing whatever. I kind of wanted to do something a little different and kind of challenge ourselves to like build something with AI, but make it a physical product. So, I was watching my kids play card games. We're always playing card games. One of their favorite games is called Trash or Garbage. Just a game you play with a normal deck of cards. And again, always trying to get my kids to get into AI.
Yeah.
Rather than just making fun of me and saying I'm talking to my invisible friend, ChatGPT or Claude.
Well, you're in good company.
I'm trying to get them to be like, okay, cool, that's funny, but guys, this is the future. You got to start figuring this stuff out and start using it, which now they are. But I always am trying to encourage them. Let's build a game together. Let's build a game, especially with all the image generation. Started out Mid-Journey, went Leonardo. Ended up finding one called Ideogram, pretty solid. So
I've never heard of that one.
It's awesome for text. Obviously now ChatGPT is getting a little bit better, but
yeah,
they've been ahead on the text stuff before anybody.
Okay.
But they also do all the other things. Anyways, I was like, let's monsters are cool. Let's make a game called Trash Monsters. So pretty much all the same rules as Garbage or Trash, with a couple extra twists into it. But just design each card with cool little, style. We went through all different styles and just, again, image generation. Like you have an idea, throw it in there.
Right.
That looks cool. That doesn't look cool. Or then try to make all 10 of them and do they look like a set? Yep. All right, we'll go with that. This obviously is the fast forward version. It takes time. It takes time. And, one of the 20 side projects I got going on. Ended up building the game. A combination of pulling the raw images from Ideogram, plop it into Canva, which was new to me. Even you get into there's tons of AI features, remove background, do all the things. And then finally, talking to ChatGPT, okay, now I need a vendor to print. So who are the vendors that print cards? few U.S. ones, a few China ones.
Yeah.
Got some card samples and picked the quality of the card. And after many hoops and many figuring it all out and figuring out what card quality we want, and there's a million options. Ended up getting cards printed, and finally they're out on Amazon as of like 2 weeks ago.
Nice.
And, again, using ChatGPT to how do I make it the perfect product listing page? Here's some other pages that we think are solid. Taco Cat, Goat Cheese Pizza, all the other popular games. Claude and ChatGPT look at them, and then just write the listing for us. We pretty much copy 100%.
Yeah.
And there's no reason to reinvent the wheel.
Right.
So today, somebody can go to Amazon, search for Trash Monsters. They're going to find a card game created by a man who's never created a card game before, not a graphic designer.
That's the key.
Not a marketing, well, maybe, I don't know what your background is in marketing. Your kids were involved in helping craft this, so they're learning these same skills. That's awesome.
Yeah. So and that was the other thing. Is like, one, I like to challenge myself. Like, can we do this as myself? And then I ended up eventually partnering up with another guy at BizStream, Josh Rubino, which we've had many past failures and side attempts and NFTs and whatever. But you got to fail. You got to fail in order to make stuff happen. And along the way, all those failures, we learned a ton. We don't know shit about NFTs and how that whole thing works. But we auto-generated them with AI and all these things. Anyways, we won't get into that.
So speaking of timeline, just knowing, number one, you're spending 10 hours a day working on a business, running a business. I have no idea, because you build so many things. Like literally, he's got a mini golf course in his backyard he's building on top of this. This is like a completely different, not AI thing. So you must operate on a 40-hour day, because there's so many things that you do. And you're like, oh yeah, I'm doing this in AI, and I'm doing this in AI, and then I'm building this, and I've got this going, and then I'm learning drums, and then I'm playing bass, and I'm playing guitar, and it's like,
it's tough. It's balance. I tried it again. Mini golf is try to do something with my kids. Trash Monsters, try to get my kids involved. So trying to balance, all normal work, business, all the side passions I have. I like working out. I'm also a coach for wrestling. We'll get into all that later. It's balance.
How long?
That's why, so this
project thing, alone, how many hours, days, weeks, months?
The actual hours weren't that much. When it came to the image generation, one, it's fun. Like, rather than watching TV, I do this for an hour or two at night and just be like, cool, I got 2 more monsters solid. They're on lockdown. And then my daughter would come up, be like, which one's the right one for card number 5? I like that one better. So
cool.
Doing a little bit of that, or like, what should card number 6 have? Because each one has a unique piece of trash or types of trash. Anyways, so just balancing. So the actual time it took to build the graphics for Trash Monsters wasn't that bad. It's just that it's spread over so much. Because I'll pick it up, put it down.
Sure.
Wrestling season comes into play.
You got life happening. Yeah.
Yep.
And then I pick it back up, and then that's why I partnered with Ruby. His background's a PM. I'm like, dude, if we're gonna make this
keep me on task.
I need a kick in the butt to just another accountability partner to be like, okay,
smart.
We're doing X, Y, and Z. Go, because I know me. I love starting things and doing things. I get a lot of things to 80%. I need sometimes that little extra push to all right, let's ship it.
Yeah, that totally makes sense. That's why Pete has me. So
that's true. That's
I do.
So you actually brought in the game.
Yeah.
Like the physical game. I want to check that out. If you
open it,
if you don't mind.
go for it. So that's all fresh from China.
So
I got a little extra tariff cost on that.
So, did you? Is that really playing into it
This
now?
is my timing. I always pick perfect timing. I think it was literally when it was maxed out. I think it's probably down again.
Oh, this is like a real box too. This isn't like a card box.
Yeah, we actually, our comments so far is like the quality of the box and everything. Is they're like, but again, that we spent some time. You wouldn't believe all the options on a box or the card quality.
Nice.
You do have to open it again. Sorry.
So while I'm opening this,
Yeah.
can you pull up like some of the graphics that you built? Because I got questions on that.
Sure.
And while you're pulling that up, I have an important question. Does the mini golf course have a windmill?
Not yet. That's coming.
It's going to have one, though.
I'm only 4 holes in, and I'm progressively increasing complexity.
Because I don't think it's a real mini golf course unless it has a
I
windmill.
fully agree. That's happening.
Cool.
Last one I built has the PVCs and the 3 holes, and
nice.
One's a good one, 2 are bad.
I love it.
That took some time. All right, so yeah.
These cards are nice too. You did a good job on this. This is the first time I've actually seen it like and held it. Like, look at the quality of.
Should we play it? Play around?
I don't think so.
That's a different episode.
I've never even heard the game Trash.
So it's definitely a game for younger. It's easy. It's not a lot of strategy involved. It's about lining up the cards 1 through 10. So it's kind of like edutainment, just number recognition. Great game for younger kids.
Cool.
But still totally fine to play with the adults. Like we play it all the time, and my slightly older kids. But yeah.
So when you built these graphics, obviously there's multiple iterations till you get to the right one.
Right.
So I mean, this looks like the old highlights. Spot what's different about this one versus the next one.
I mean, they're very subtle differences on some of them.
So go up to the red one that you had towards the top.
He's one of my least favorites.
The red one?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, do the blue one then. Or this one.
Pick one you like.
Fine.
All right. Yeah, we'll go with the blue guy.
So there you can see different iterations of it. How did you get it consistently? Because every time I generate graphics, it's like, oh, that one's perfect, but I want to tweak something in it. And then it comes up with something completely different.
Or the big thing is a consistent feel across all of them.
Yes.
And that's when you start. So usually what I do is I will, just go to their home and do this on Midjourney or Leonardo. Like, look for like a 3D character.
This is Ideogram.
Yeah, whoops. I'm trying to type sideways. So look for a 3D character that you like. Like, let's say we liked this style. I'm going to look at the prompt that they used, which isn't even too crazy.
That makes sense. I didn't even think of that.
So grab the prompt, and then if we had more time, I'd tweak it and just instead of a squirrel wearing a tiny tuxedo, a monster holding 2 fish bones or whatever, and then keep that style consistent and go from there.
Another way too is if you were to use, and I think you can do this with any of the major models, upload a photo of a style that you like and ask it to describe it.
Or that too, yeah.
And then you could just say, or the style reference too, which you were going to say, just give me something that looks like this. But you could also, even in ChatGPT, upload it and say, describe this image, copy and paste that into your image generator and say, or back into ChatGPT, I guess. But
yeah.
So I imagine all the text on here was generated by like ChatGPT or something too.
Yep.
Yeah.
It is legit quality too. Like I'm
just trying to find it.
It's impressive.
Yeah, but all kinds of or our game logo. You'll see our game logo on there. Like, so if you see the company logo, Big Monster Games.
Yeah. It's just reading that. I didn't even know you had that.
So
who are you?
I know.
Jeez.
So yeah, but we ended up going with. You can see like once I start liking something, you start kind of honing in on that, right?
Kind of refining it, yeah.
And then
So when you use this, you can literally like click the heart button, the heart tag.
Yeah. So now, oops.
You're right about its text generating capabilities. That's pretty good.
Yeah. Yeah, usually when I do it, it comes up with like 7 fingers.
Had you ever sold anything on Amazon before this?
No, that was a thing. That was probably the biggest set of jumps to jump through. Learning all of the, because I want to do fully FBA. So FBA is fulfilled by Amazon.
Yep.
Once it's there, all you do is keep the inventory stocked up.
Okay.
They charge you a little, quite a bit more, but
you don't have to mess with anything.
don't have to mess with that.
Somebody orders it, it gets shipped.
They do like a first line of support. They do, 1 day prime, all that good stuff.
No kidding.
What's it like seeing that? Like, look at the screen, and what is it like seeing your thing on there?
Definitely super cool. It's definitely a cool little feeling to be like, yeah, we built that, and it came to life, and it actually happened. And yeah, now next step is we're building a little how to play video,
Okay.
which is going to use ElevenLabs for the voiceover. I can't quite get Video 3 or something to like have the cards on the table with people playing it the right way. So we do have to actually do a little bit of a film recording, but yeah, script all generated.
I wonder if you
The
could
voiceover generated.
intersperse, if that's a word. Like, if you could use Veo to animate some of the characters and like
That
cut that into your video.
Oh, yeah.
Yep, you could do
That's a good
that.
idea.
We actually, I've been messing with some of that, like having the cards come off the
That's
card,
awesome.
the character come off the card.
I want to see that
It's
one.
pretty cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know.
This is so cool.
Yeah, we've never had anybody come on that actually built something like a physical product that I know of.
Yeah,
anyway.
it's
Yeah.
It was definitely interesting journey to go down and figure out. And
But this
it's,
is
it's
like
fun. It's fun. I enjoy it. I enjoy learning. I enjoy.
What did your kids think? Like
They
going
think
through
it's
this?
pretty cool. Yeah,
Yeah, are they into AI now?
a little bit more. Yeah,
Yeah.
I see them using it a lot more. It's good stuff.
I just think this is one of the coolest things about AI. And you hear people talk about how big SaaS is gonna not do well in the age of AI because somebody can create, what was it? Shoot. It's not a great story now because I can't remember what it was, but they could recreate it using vibe coding in in an hour. And now you're going to see a bunch of small business creating games and products and apps and things like that without having to go to some big company and pay. You think like all of those steps, just to know what the steps were, AI can tell you what they are, and that prevents so many people from doing things like this, right? Like, just like how do you even get to that point?
Yeah, I mean, going through Amazon and learning all the things was unreal. We develop all day long. We make good administration screens. The Seller Central behind the scenes is so much stuff going on and so rough. It's crazy that $1 billion plus billions of dollar company has such a mess. They are improving it, but yeah, all the things we had just learned on the way. Like, I was just using Claude and ChatGPT for. I guess we got this safety certificate we got to do because we're targeting 12 and under. So you have to go through a child safety thing and get your cards tested for, lead, which is good. You don't want a kid chewing on lead cards, but we don't have lead, just so you know, we're safe. But just learning all that, we had to get the test done. That was all done, luckily, at the manufacturer, China. But then we submitted that. We got rejected. Is because they needed a test and a cert. So I'm like, okay, how do I get a cert? Do I need another company? And then Claude's like, no, you can just self-cert. I'm like, okay, what needs to be on it? Like, you want me to generate a PDF? Yeah, please do that.
No way.
And then I was like, I'm like, okay, can you make it like a little prettier, maybe a border, make it look like a cert?
Yeah.
And then they're like, yep. Do you want a signature line? Do I need a signature line? No, but okay, sure, whatever. Just generate that. Finally PDF'd it out, submitted it, then that got approved. But we're talking like 30 days, like so much waiting and so much shipping and like just the timeline is like almost 2 years, I think, at this point. I don't even know. We could probably look at some of these ideogram first image generation times. But again, most of it was not due to AI gen.
Most of it was
It's
just waiting.
the process,
Yeah, in the
or
process.
my time, like wrestling season and all that. Or,
So,
you know, owning
okay,
a
so
company.
let's talk about wrestling season because you just showed me something,
Yeah.
I think it was yesterday,
Yeah.
that you built I have a note, a Coach Schmidt wrestling quotes generator.
Yeah.
Oh,
This is really cool because there's so many applications for this. And you and I were just talking about how to use make.com, N8n. Obviously, we use a lot of Lovable, hashtag humble brag to Lovable.
Yeah. Yeah. You guys use that?
sponsor us.
Yeah, no kidding.
Sponsor, we talked about you every episode. We talk about you. I will be reaching out. So he's got a project that he ran through N8n and a couple other apps that are actually in it too. And forgive me, I don't know a whole lot about N8n.
Yeah.
But tell me about what it is, what it does, and how it works.
Yeah. So yeah, I'll hit a few things. So one, make.com, N8n, I've seen them around for a year more. I mean, but then it was actually Dave at work, one of our sales guys. I mean, more than, you know, he runs our youth center side. So he runs one
He's
of our
a man of many talents.
He
Yeah.
does more than just sales. He's product. He does so much. But anyways, he's like us, totally into AI, totally into figuring everything out. And he's super busy, needed to automate some of, you know, these demos, requests, emails that were coming in and all these things. And he showed me Make and how he support Jira tickets generating because of, you know, a new demo scheduled and all these things. I'm like, all right, I gotta go and figure this out. So I started going down the Make road, and it did a lot of things, but as a coder, I want to do a little bit more. So N8n is just, I would say, it's Make, but then gives you more control. If you're
coding
a little
wise.
bit of coder, you can code. And again, I'm just talking like little. It's all about dragging and dropping elements and modules and nodes and creating lines and having things flow.
Can you pull some of that up? Because I know you've got it. It made sense. I mean, I know I'm not a web developer, but the way he showed me and the way
Schmidt
it plays out.
generation. So again, I have a lot of stuff going on. I know what I want to do, and I know what needs to work on like social media. You need the consistency. You need to post often. You need to keep doing it. You guys know, doing podcasts, you just got to keep chunking away. I know I'm not that consistent.
Sure.
So I need to figure out something that works with my workflow.
Yeah.
To where, you know, I was like, you know what, if I just got like a Slack that it could approve, reject, like that is a fine workflow for me. And what I wanted to do was, one, I have this Coach Schmidt persona. I have, I'm a big fan of like pushing good messages out and just trying to get people to be the best version of themselves. And like my personal account for social media, I'm usually just using it to share like hopefully this message resonates with somebody and gets them motivated or like gets them through a bad day, whatever, right? That's, if it helps one person, cool. That's awesome.
Yeah.
But also as a wrestling coach, I same thing with the kids. Like I want them to be the best, and wrestling is not about wrestling. It's about setting them up for life and going through struggle and all that stuff. Like that makes you a person that can get through life, and life will kick your butt. We all know that. So that's what wrestling is really all about. Cool if we get a state champ. That's cool. But I know plenty of people who aren't state champs that are awesome people, and wrestling had a big impact. So the Coach Schmidt was kind of a test bed. The automation of Coach Schmidt's social media was a test bed for things like Trash Monsters and some of these other initiatives. But since I had 0 followers on that, like it's a good place to kind of test.
Right.
If it fails, cool. So what? It doesn't matter. But so far, it's going pretty good. So what I did is I loaded up Airtable, could have used Google Sheets, could have used whatever, with like 30 quotes like of things I shared in the past of my personal account. Like things like consistency is key, it's good to do hard things. Also some memento mori and like things like that. So just,
Which you said your shirt was AI generated as well.
well, yeah, that's you can buy that on the Coach Schmidt TeePublic shop.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So again,
That's awesome.
eventually, when there's more followers, I might slide in some of these, T-shirts. But anyways, yeah. So yeah, I loaded up 30 quotes or so, and how I loaded those up is I took a screenshot and I asked ChatGPT to bust these out into text so I could load them easily into Airtable.
Yeah.
And then I marked them all as approved, and then I just wanted ChatGPT to generate more quotes and look at the things I've approved. I put in some fake rejections just to show, like, also here's some things I rejected. These are things that I don't like the wording, or that's not something I would say, or whatever. And then I'm like, generate 5 more quotes, and then I do that, and then I get a Slack. Would you send that? Approve, reject. Would you send this one? And just I approve, reject, real easy. Then I generate images. Then I post them all automatically. So this is going to be a little overwhelming at first, but it doesn't start out that way.
I love the human in the loop. We've talked about that in episodes in the past, where one of the things I think people get concerned about with AI is it's going to go rogue, or especially if it's posting something on social media, like, ooh, what if it says the wrong thing and it offends somebody? This human in the loop process gives you that control to approve or reject the message or edit it or whatever it is, which is really cool.
Exactly. So yeah, what this does is exactly so that, and that was the key. So this first part, I like to label these groupings, get all the approved quotes. I try to have like 28 days worth of stuff ahead of me. Do we need more quotes? If not, I just replied to myself with, nope, we're good on quotes. So actually, if we, like, it fired off today. Sorry, let me go to the first one today. You guys can edit this, right?
Yes.
We can. We don't really do a whole lot of editing, though.
Let me find today.
The reason why, and
Here's
Pete
the
actually told me about this, is show the flaws too.
Yeah.
So it's not just, oh, look, in 30 seconds, you can build everything. And
all right, here we go. But here's how it starts. This is today. So I know it's around 6:15. It's about time when I need to start moving, heading to work, or about 6:20. So at 6:15, I do all my work for this. So it's like, we have 119 approved quotes that haven't been sent yet. So we're good on that.
Holy smokes. And these are just constantly generating in the background?
They're generating at 6:15. Yep. So if it needed quotes, so I could fake it and run it.
So your workflow that you set up, obviously it's automated. That's the whole point. So it automatically does this at 6:15. Then it slacks you. How does it know out of all the ones that it built which one to send you, or does it just keep sending them to you?
It'll keep sending them.
Because it said there's 119 quotes.
Approved ones. So those are the ones already in the past. So it generates 5 new ones. Sorry.
Okay.
So here, we'll just run through it and then I'll explain it. How about that? Is that a better flow?
Let's go.
So the nice one little trick on N8n always do is I add this little test and I drag it around and just jump into stuff. So obviously it wouldn't run if I ran it. So
you can skip to any part of the workflow and just start right there.
Yep. So get all the quotes, do a little cleanup on the quotes, do my AI generation, split them out. Now I'm going to loop through them. Now I'm going to get an approve reject. So
after we see it execute, I want to go back to the workflow.
Exactly. The road gets rough. That's where most turn back, and that's where you keep going. Sure, I would say that. So discipline isn't punishment. It's freedom to become unstoppable. Yeah, we'll just reject that one. I don't really like that one as much. Mindset shift. The story you tell yourself is the life you live. Make it one worth fighting for. Sure.
I like that one.
Perfect doesn't show up. Prepared does.
That sounds exactly like something you would say.
Every failed attempt is proof that you're in the game. Stay in the game. Cool. So
those are the 5.
So cool. We're done generating quotes today. Thanks. I'm very polite with myself.
So you think yourself. So you went through and you proved them.
Yep. So that's going to finish out. But the cool thing is...
Now, now that goes where? Where does that go once you prove it?
So, actually, sorry. So you can see I shoved it back to Airtable.
Okay. So it goes into your list of approved.
Airtable is just a database, right?
Yep. Airtable. Again, this could have been Google Sheets, could have been whatever. So I just made a very simple list of quotes.
Okay.
So here's the most recently approved ones. Perfect doesn't show up. Rejected. And then I got my images. And then I keep track of the things that auto rejects. We'll get to that in a second. So yeah, the cool thing is you can see like this was, this is what I say. This is I always like, you got all this basic stuff to get the things from Airtable and do this Slack. Like that's pretty straightforward. That's just like raw code. Soon we'll be in a world where you don't even have to do that part. You'll just say, hey, you're an agent that reads from my Airtable, the quotes one. Anyways, we're not there yet.
Yep.
But we'll be there
we're so
pretty
close
soon.
though.
We're not far.
But anyway, so the fun part is writing the prompt, right? And so a lot of times what I'll do is I will just I'll just go to ChatGPT and kind of simulate this and see what works and see what kind of good results I get. And then when I like it, I bring it into N8n and say, okay, so you're Coach Schmidt, tough yet positive motivational coach. You use gritty, punchy quotes, blah, blah, blah. Here's a list of previously generated quotes along with their current status. When you create a new quote, try to think about what's been approved versus what's been rejected, all that. It's okay to use popular quotes that have a similar vibe. They don't have to be original, but they can. Important, just give me raw JSON. I want pure JSON as the output. And then, it does that. So then here's the JSON. That's the output of the quotes. And then we just loop through, and you can kind of see how, this works.
Interesting.
And you can see what I said on each one. The output one was approved false, and all that. And then we just go to Airtable and set the quote, set the category, set the status, and shove it over. So that's that. And then once we're done with that, we generate new images.
That's your quote. That's your text at that point.
Exactly. So that's whoops. Let's go the other way.
Now, when you approve it, it goes onto the list. When you reject it, it goes onto the reject list.
Yep. I want to keep the rejected.
Does that then train?
Yeah. Well, not train, but I keep it in context for the chat. I grabbed 50 approved and 50 rejected and try to give it a sense of what.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking for. So it kind of builds that personality profile of you going.
And
this is going to be.
If I get some time sometime and I want to actually put my rejection reason, I could.
Okay.
Or I could actually add a little, why'd you reject that? I could totally drop that in.
Give it a little more context.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I have it. Yeah, I have that field in Airtable. That one was not very helpful, but I don't like it. I don't care for the word, which fancy, whatever. So just put some reasoning. So
so now you got your text. Then
we'll just walk through this real quick. So I grab all the approved quotes with images and without images. And then I figure out how many quotes. Again, I want to stay 28 days ahead. So we'll just skip all that. This is just deciding whether I should go forward or not. If I don't, it drops out here. You're good on quotes or good on images. Otherwise, randomize them. Get the top 3 quotes. Get random image prompts. So here's where I spend a little time on. So if we jump back to Ideogram and we look at my recent quotes, you'll see one of my styles is this quote on black background, like on just straight black background.
Yep.
You'll see this one with like a chalkboard. And what I'm trying to do, I don't have in there yet, is more like a typewriter thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So you can see right now I have, this is the little code part I'm talking about. It's not crazy code, but, and you can also ask AI to generate it for you. So if you're not a coder.
Oh, nice.
Anyway,
I didn't know that.
So anyways, I made a thing called template options. So I just took what worked for that dark background and then put a little variable quote here, or handwritten quote on a black board written in blue chalk, blah, 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 quote, right? And then just randomly select them. So that's doing that. Whoops.
And I'm guessing it goes through a feedback loop again.
Yep. So what I do is I create the image record. So just punch in the image record on Airtable. That's the Airtable icon. Ideogram. I fire up the prompt for Ideogram, which is really the prompt that was just generated.
Yep.
I download, if you look at any of the social media, I have a little Coach Schmidt signature in the bottom right. So that's grabbing that file. So I merge that. I do, this is just a N8n. You can modify, you can do operations on images. So I do a composite. Any developers out there uses like Image Magic. So you can overlay those images. I upload that attachment. Whoops. And then, so I added this little check. It used to just go right to here, and I would reject the image.
Okay.
But I noticed one of the things I kept rejecting was just because the words were off. Because we all know, like, image generation, while even Ideogram is probably one of the best at text, when you get longer text, it starts screwing up. So now I'm like, okay, I can use AI to read the text for me, extract the text from the image.
What a great idea.
So then I'm like,
Right.
so then I add it. So as I said, like this looks complicated, but I just keep adding stuff to it. So
Yeah,
Right.
It's not
You
like you
didn't-
sat down
Yeah.
one night and said, I'm going to add this to
No.
this.
And like,
It's a lot of testing and going, I need a loop in here. Oh, I'm
Exactly.
going to add this in.
exactly. So now I review the image and I tell it.
But at the same time, you don't have a whole lot of quote unquote time into this.
No, I don't. No, I just started this and now,
Yeah.
no, I don't have a lot of time. So yeah, this little prompt, right? So same thing. I would do this on ChatGPT.
Yeah.
But now I'm like, and then get it to where it's doing the right thing, rejecting this and approving that. So your job is to review the image. It's supposed to say this. It will have a Coach Schmidt signature in the bottom right. I need you to validate the following things. Does the text image match the quote? Is it written clearly? No spelling or typos. The signature shouldn't overlap. And then I gave it some examples of like, misspelling, missing words, signature size, incorrect, whatever. And so now that's how. And then I also like to know what's going on. So, hey, I'm auto rejecting this image, missing words, the word rise, or actually I sent one to one of the guys at work the other day. We also are automating trading, but that's different.
I can feel the wheels turning in your head. Like I did the same thing when he started showing me this. I'm like, you do realize the applications that this could be automated marketing. This could be product marketing. This could be
So like
a
this,
1,000 different things.
but yeah, that's
this
the key.
workflow.
But yeah, this was a good example. So I had about only a sip of coffee at this point. And you read that one, and I would have probably approved that. But if you read a little closer, you'll see there's 2 gets.
Yeah.
That's about how I'd say it in the morning.
Yeah.
It never gets easier. You just get better.
Yeah. But then it's like, auto rejecting
right.
because it says get better. I'm like, all right, cool. That just saved me because I would probably push that. And the thing is, I might not post for weeks later, and I would have just let it fly.
Right.
But yeah, so anyways, you can see it gets, you just keep adding. You just keep adding, and make it better.
I know.
Like,
I got so many ideas on how to use
so
this.
Then there's the final step of actually publishing it. And again, now everything's approved. Go get quotes ready to send. And again, I added this one because it posted something like on like a Sunday, which should be like more chill. It was like get ready to fucking go. I'm like, all right.
Let's tone it down a little bit.
Posted that, so I'm like, okay, you're Coach Schmidt. Your job is to pick the best quote to send right now. Things to consider. Some quotes might be better for winter or summer, or afternoon or evening or morning, Friday, Saturday. Weekends might be a good time to reflect, celebrate, relax, enjoy life, memento mori. Monday, strong, motivational, ready to kick ass. So I just tell it what I think.
Yeah,
right? Like you tell it
a little more context. And
give it more context, and also some special considerations. Don't send wrestling quotes during the summer. Like, let's go for wrestling season, which is between here and here, and so on and so forth.
You could even have it go and check the weather. And,
exactly.
If it's a stormy day, it could be a totally quote about storm. Ooh.
You could totally do that. If your target market's local, yes, you could totally do that.
That's true.
But then, fire it off to Facebook.
I think Pete has to leave to go build something.
Hold on,
Facebook,
I'll be right back.
X, Instagram. Again, I'm not totally a social media person. Like I put TikTok. Come to find out, TikTok doesn't do normal images. It's just a video. So started to figure out VO3 and see if I can do something there. But yeah, like one of the guys at work made a comment. He's like, I went to your thing, or Coach Schmidt just asked me to follow him or whatever, and it's so AI generated. I can see all the timestamps are exactly the same time. So I'm like, interesting, totally. So then I added these 2 little things last night, and again, I just asked AI to generate the code. Just get a random 0 to 3 hours, right? So now there's the wait time, and now do a random wait. So it waits 0 to 180 minutes before it sends. So
I'll show you.
Yeah, I'll show you. Solve
now
problems,
it's real.
But anyways, so that's fun.
Which is interesting because it still has the same payoff at the end.
But just to show you some stuff, like I started this last night / this morning. I just wanted to see if I could, figure out trades. Like, hey, here's my NVIDIA account. I want NVIDIA for a long hold, but can we kind of sell on the highs and, buy more in on the lows? So,
okay, now you got me. Now you got me really interested.
So,
because you were the one that talked me into buying stock in there, and it's working out well.
Yeah, well, NVIDIA I think is good.
I made $100. I may have bought when it was too high.
But anyways, so you can see this is very tiny, and I can just execute it. Oh, wait, it's going to ask.
See, this gets me excited for what you and I were talking about with Make.com. Like, this is similar. It's just probably more powerful. N8n is, but this gets so many things rolling now.
Yeah, one of them I haven't finished yet, but email cleanup, like I get way behind on email. And so like one of the easy ones is like just delete all the calendar invites that are from the past. Like there's no reason to be notified about them. So clean those up, or just start having AI read some of the.
And that's what I was thinking.
Need.
Yeah, just this simple follow up too. When people just ask you a basic question, or yep, I got it. Yep. Let me check into this and get back with you.
Something Dave did is like just things he didn't follow up on that he needs to follow up on. That's that's a good idea. And those. So again, you can use Make N8n, I think Zapier will do it. There's a bunch of them that do it now, but really
Okay.
powerful stuff.
Okay, so we talked about a physical product using AI. Another physical product, your T-shirt that you built in AI, and we talked about a auto posting mechanism using AI, using N8n and OpenAI and a couple things. Now I want to talk about the music stuff that you do.
Cool.
Because I know you're a drummer at heart and you play bass. I know you play some bass in there.
Little bass. I'm not like Drew, but yeah. I have a
Hashtag humble
bass.
brag.
I have a bass guitar
Yeah.
that Drew gave me. That's awesome.
But I want to, because we started messing around with Suno early on, and I know it's advanced way far since then. And you kept using it. You've used ElevenLabs along with it. Used something else, I thought, too.
Udio.
Udio, that's what it was. I want to talk about some of that too, because I know you get a lot of crap at work because you make a lot of, we have like an overhead radio that plays. And one of the channels is, we always call it Mark Music, where it plays. Or when we're at CrossFit and a song comes on, I'm like, boy, this sounds like something Mark would make.
Yep.
And it's all like custom to like pump you up and kind of like the wrestling quotes were. I want to talk about that because I'm actually seeing more of that at conferences now. People are using it for their walk up or walk down music.
Nice.
And people are going, oh my gosh, how did you get a custom song made for you?
Nice.
And because just the quality of it is astounding at this point.
So yeah, I mean, that story originated again, love of AI, just messing with Suno, having fun, using ChatGPT to create the lyrics and then Suno to create the music. But then I'm like, okay, what's my actual reason? Why would I want to do this? And then wrestling season came about. It's going to go back to wrestling. So my job for wrestling is I'm the strength and conditioning coach. They go through 2.5 hours of practice. Then I come in the last half hour, like they didn't just go through 2.5 hours of practice.
Exactly.
So strong love-hate
They're really happy
relationship
to
with
see
me.
you come in. Yeah.
They love the fact that they can crush people in the third period in overtime when everyone else is gassed and dead. But yeah, it's a love-hate thing. But anyways, I like to play music during it. If you ever try finding music that is school appropriate, that's actually school appropriate, even though this says it's clean, it's hard to find some good stuff. And then also, I'm sitting there playing music. I might as well have some good messages in the music. So yeah, Coach Schmidt music is all 100% clean and all, again, all the stuff I tell them, get comfortable being uncomfortable. Like when you're dead tired and you don't want to move, get comfortable with that feeling and then push yourself further. Like find that line in the practice room. Because then once you start learning that line, you can be like, all right, I can do this. And now I can go hard and go harder. So a lot of the songs talk about things like that.
Awesome.
And how struggle is important and let's go hard and just all those things. So yeah, I ended up creating some Coach Schmidt music. Ended up releasing it on Spotify and all the streaming channels. And then I just have a Mark Schmidt persona too, which is just, I mean, you'd have somebody make a comment and I'm like, I'm turning that into a song.
Yeah.
Like that's some hillbilly code right there. I'm like, all right, we're making a bluegrass song called Hillbilly Code.
But some of the genres that you've showed me, because I remember we went out to lunch or something and I'm listening to the music you had playing and I'm like, who is this? What band is this? Because it sounded exactly like an 80s hair metal band.
So yeah, that
and I messed with that, but mine does not sound that refined. And I'm like, I would go out and buy this album. Like I would, if that's still a thing, I would download this music.
Where you
Like
buy albums.
I would download this and listen to it. Like the band sounded great, and you're like, no, that's all AI. I had no idea.
That's awesome.
Yep.
And
that one was one of my friends on Facebook made a comment about one more rep or one more, and like that's what I always say, like one more. I'm like, all right, I'm turning that into a song. So it's called One More, and it's totally solid. And I tried to make an AI video out of it, and It's ridiculous.
Yeah, I was leading into that because I know
don't
you've got
if
video
audio
stuff.
Oh,
comes
yes.
through. Actually, I don't even-
We've had many offsite meetings where it started with
yeah.
motivational music or video. We'll see how well this
We
picks
don't-
it up,
Some
but
of it's kind of coming
you
through,
can
but
cut, you can cut it.
be more of like a reaction video. We already did an unboxing.
so this is AI generated.
Yeah, and I used video. So again, it's all about the lyrics for me. Video to generate the auto text.
By the way, this will be your outro music for your podcast, your episode today.
Anyways, it's ridiculous. It was fun. Again, I've never done video editing, so it was fun to. I tried to do all AI images or video, but this was probably a year ago, so video
Okay.
wasn't
Oh,
there.
it was not even
They
close.
didn't know
a
how
year
to
ago.
do
Yeah,
a
it can do
kettlebell.
this. It can do this now, though. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is a bunch of clip art, but again,
Okay.
all from stock video.
That's funny.
But it's still fun.
That's funny.
But yeah, if you listen to it, it's like totally 80s. And the guy was like, he's like,
But you had
that's what he grew
there's
up in.
guitar solos in it. I
It's
mean,
like hair band
I
style, like-
love 80s music, and I listen to it, and I'm like, I don't know who this band is.
Yeah, throw some wrestling in there. Where's the? The guitar solo is pretty dope. I mean, it's real bad. I tried to shake it to where.
Is that Drew on the left playing bass?
That's true.
That's what I used to have hair.
I tried to move the video around because clearly the guitars do not go with the music. Anyways, we'll stop.
That's
that,
awesome.
but it was fun.
Thanks, Hunter.
So I mean, it's just enjoyable. It's a fun hobby. It's creative. I like creating. I like building. I like solving problems. Like
Yeah.
Yeah.
it just lets you do so much more. And like, I have drums. I have bass. I'm not a musician. I know what I would like. I love music. Or like I know like what a good game looks like, but I couldn't build those things from scratch. AI lets you do so much more.
Well, it's funny because my old bandmates talking to my lead singer who plays drums, guitar, everything, and he has a home studio and he's been doing it for decades at this point. I showed him some of this stuff early on, some of the Suno stuff when it first came out, and how easy it was. And that's when it sounded really like garbage. It was like it was like the first YouTube videos that you heard where it was just kind of real gritty and tonally just was terrible. But how fast it generated it, how complete it generated it. And you knew it's just going to get better every day.
Yeah.
I showed him some of that stuff and he goes, why the hell am I even have a recording studio at this point? Like, what is the point at this point of learning instruments?
But
because you can do it so easily.
There's so many things you can do. One of my friends sent me he was acoustic and just voice, just had a song he called it Last Chance. And he just gave it to me. He's like, here, do something with it. AI. Like, I mean, it was just a phone recording. It was nothing. But yeah, generated a ton of versions using that, all kept the same beat and everything. Like,
and
but
it
I'm
adds,
like, here's
it
a
adds in front of it and
Sublime
behind it.
style. Yeah,
so if you have a 30-second,
you can do so much.
Great, here's 3 minutes of it, and your clip is in
you
there,
just
and it's all
upload the
flows.
MP3, and it kind of like we were talking about the image style reference, and it can just riff off of that.
does that.
Yeah,
Holy shit!
And then I was
That's
like,
not
okay,
crazy.
let's do a UK hip hop version. Let's do a crunk version, even though it's so just acoustic guitar.
Yeah.
And I don't know, man. It's
that
pretty
crazy?
That's fun. That would be a fun, like, just sit around a fire with a couple of drinks and just like generate music. You know, if I'd say that'd be
I've done it at family gatherings like
Have
that.
you?
That's literally how I've
yeah.
used it. They write me a song about my son and Uncle Scott, and here it is.
Or
Uncle Scott fell asleep on the couch again. He's snoring.
I have I drop the kids off at school in the morning. It's about a 10-minute drive. I gave my phone to my youngest, Ava, 12, and it was Thanksgiving time, so wrestling season time. And I always like to do something fun / terrible. If anybody knows log rolls, it's a workout. 3 guys going back and forth, just pretty terrible workout. So during Christmas we'll make them do jingle bell log rolls where they have to sing jingle bells while they do it. There's not really.
I do not want to come over to your house for like a gathering.
They're not really a Thanksgiving song.
Everything's a workout.
So I told Ava to get on Suno real quick because I didn't have time and going to work, doing all the things. Make a heavy metal song that's a Thanksgiving song where they're just like yelling like cranberry sauce, like turkey. It was ridiculous. So we played that. And they had to do log rolls during that.
That's awesome
metal song.
Well,
it's fun.
I appreciate you coming on and talking and showing us some of the stuff that you're working on. I was saying earlier that I'm a little embarrassed that you're 50 feet away from me and I had no idea. And there's still even more stuff we could talk about. Appreciate you being on. Tell everybody where they can find you.
Well, for BizStream, it's LinkedIn on BizStream. You'll find me. You want to follow some Coach Schmidt and get motivated every day? Coach Schmidt official on Instagram, Facebook, all the things. And Spotify. It's all over. It depends on which version of me you're talking about. Big Monster Games, hit Amazon if you want to check that out. Cool to support that, and it's a fun kids game.
Awesome.
Big takeaway for me is, man, use it. Use AI. There's so many things. You just got to think, save time.
Yeah. There's no excuses.
Get your creative outlet out there.
Not be able to do something now, right? Like,
you
have a card game. Like, when in your life did you think you were going to have a card game?
I think I was going to do kids card games still.
Yeah.
I think it's easier than running a software business.
Let's not jump the gun.
I'm down. True, you can run it right. No.
Awesome. Thanks, Mark. Appreciate it.
All right. Thanks. It was awesome.
If you like the episode, please hit the subscribe button down below and leave a comment if you want to know more. Thanks, everybody.